Alright, it's time for another video. In this one I'm going to talk to you, amongst other things, the reliance on their technological capabilities to create these never-ending fictional stories and the endless talk radio propaganda campaigns that are endlessly being churned out by this conglomerate of states and intelligence agencies, primarily consisting of the United States government and its intelligence agencies, foremost the CIA and NSA, in collaboration with the Danish and British and their intelligence agencies, who are running this program, and thereby the social and political persecution of me, Stephen Bell, which in turn is being used as the pretext to run this global social engineering and intelligence operation from which these Western state arbiters have implemented all kinds of technological capabilities, one of which is the broadcasting of synthetic telepathy to the public. The other one is creating virtual movie fabrications that they claim to be depictions of thoughts, dreams, memories, intentions, or any of the other really ridiculous labels that they are putting on their own creations that they not only themselves create but also broadcast all over the world. So in this video, as I say, I'm going to talk to you how reliant they are on these things. If you look at my life, I'm supposed to be the protagonist of this whole situation and the program, and they are literally on a daily basis, they are churning out virtual movie fabrications, typically when I sleep or I'm trying to sleep. They are broadcasting these never-ending talk radios, which are being picked up and repeated by a plethora of de facto proxies or regurgitators who are just endlessly regurgitating whatever is being broadcasted by these states and intelligence agencies on their respective shows. That's why you see so many YouTubers, podcasters, so-called comedians, news outlets, and everything in between, even TV shows and everything in between, are literally just as a religion regurgitating the narratives that are being pumped out on a daily basis. And if you look at my life, as I was saying, I'm not allowed to have any kind of interactions or conversations with people that are organic. So I'm not allowed to have a genuine conversation with anybody about anything unless it's completely and utterly controlled by the state and who are controlling in the engagements that I am having. They are controlling almost every word and interaction that I'm having with any given person at any given time through these technological capabilities. For example, the other day, suddenly out of the blue, I was asked by some completely unbeknownst person to me if I wanted to do an interview about my story. And obviously I'm not born yesterday, and if someone's asking me to have an interaction with me, it is 99% likely that this is something that has been spurred on by the state and its intelligence agency here in Denmark. If they are Danish people, or if it's American people, it's probably the American side, or if it's English people, it's probably the British side of things. So all I needed to ask was 3 words. So, what have you heard about my story? And then this person laid out these things, that I'm being persecuted, my business is being sabotaged, and basically these are the things that I supposedly feel. And obviously the whole program's the premise of the program and the situation is that everything is going on publicly for the world to see. And this very fundamental fact of this whole situation, they were denying me, or they were outright denying when I asked this person. And obviously I'm not going to have a conversation with somebody who can't even talk about something that has been going on since 2008 publicly, and thereby obviously I'm not going to have some kind of interview that is only being spurred on by the state because they want to use it against me, because they want to get rid of me, and they want me to tell my story, and they want to edit or they want to spin the story that I'm telling in such a way that they can use it to have me sectioned to a mental institution for speaking the truth. And so these are the kinds of things that they do, and they are literally creating the very content that they use to justify not only the social and political persecution of me with, but also the existence of the program and the continuation hereof with. They are creating that content because in my life there is nothing going on. I don't really get up to anything because of these circumstances that I find myself in. My life does not lend itself to be an endless plethora of stories that are exciting, exhilarating, salacious, and all the other things that needs to be in something to be a story. So what the states and intelligence agencies instead are doing, they are creating them they're using little snippets of my life and my existence here and there, and just creating stories out of nothing. And that's also why they are implementing all of these word games. So if I say something that it just has some normal random meaning, they can turn it into whatever they want. So for example, if I have an engine that fits a scooter and it's from a certain year, then I have without myself knowing, just confessed to being some kind of serial killer or a rapist or whatever they may decide on that given day. Just as an example, they are normalizing people to go away to use these things in their interactions with me. They are normalizing people to accept these things that they are implementing. All of these things are not has nothing to do with reality, and has everything to do with arbitrariness, and things are whatever we say they are. And so this is what has been going on for the longest of time, and this is continuing. The utter fabrications and spin-off reality are getting more and more insane as time goes past in the program.